Hey Spark Kids, how are you doing? It's good that you've joined us this week. We're gonna have lots of fun. Firstly though, Sparky, how are you? Yeah, it was a tough week at pup school, was it? Yeah, I can imagine. Did you not get to do a lot of good playing? No, Sparky, you disappoint me. Well, we're gonna have a great week learning about lots of things. And one thing I want to ask you, Sparky, do you know what it means to be one of God's chosen people? No? Well, there's so many crazy stories in the Bible that we're going to learn about. There's a parting of a sea, there's getting eaten by a fish. Would you want to get eaten by a fish? No? Why not? Yeah, good point, good point. It would be a bit smelly. Well, let's find out, let's go and join the preach and we'll find out some more about the great stories of the Bible.
Hey Spark Kids, it's week 4. Let's get started. I want to tell you today about Leo. Now Leo was on his way home from school, and sometimes Leo went home from school on his own. He felt very brave and very, very clever that he knew exactly the way to go. He never got lost. He always knew exactly where to go, except today. Because today he was a bit lost. You see, he was in a street and it just couldn't, where am I? He just didn't recognise it at all. Where on earth am I, he said, but down the bottom of the street, there was a tunnel, like a little bridge tunnel thing, and he thought, I know, if I go through that tunnel, I am sure to know where I am. So Leo walked down to the end of the street and got to the tunnel. Now, closer up, the tunnel looked a bit different. It was quite dark and a bit pully and did not look very nice at all. But Leo thought, surely if I go through this tunnel, I'll come out the other side and I'll know where I am. So he started to slip inside. To step inside, there was slime on the walls and slime on the floor, and it was a bit slippy and a bit dark and a bit scary, really. Leo tried to walk a bit faster, but then he lost his balance. He put his foot down in the slime and he almost fell over, but suddenly there's something he couldn't see. His arm grabbed something and he pulled himself up and he was fine. He looked around again and he couldn't even see what he'd touched with his hand. It was so dark in there. Phew, he would not have liked to go home covered in slime. Leo very carefully walked through the rest of the tunnel until he came out the other side. Phew, he was in the bright sunlight and he was still completely lost. Where am I? He said. Not only had he never seen this place before, but there didn't seem to be a way out of it. It was a courtyard with walls and buildings on every side, and he definitely did not want to go back through that tunnel. Oh dear, Leo thought. He looked around. There was one wall that looked just about climbable. It was a bit higher than most of the walls Leo liked to climb, but he thought, I need to get home. I need to find where I am. So he went over and very carefully, grabbing with all his might, climbed on top of the wall until he was balancing. Ooh. Leo found some calm and peace and started to walk along the wall, being as careful as he could. And then suddenly, a dog barked. Leo lost his balance and started to flail all over the place, and then something grabbed his leg and kept him steady. Leo couldn't look because he was too busy trying to catch his balance. Phew. When he looked back, there was nothing there. What had happened? Leo walked all the way to the end of the wall, then carefully climbed down. Now he was in a street that he was pretty sure, it wasn't one he really knew, but he was pretty sure it was somewhere near his house. He was just looking around when the noise started up again. He looked round and there were loads of dogs running towards him. Ah! Leo said, and started to run and run. But then behind him, he heard a loud voice go, "Stop!" Who was that? Leo turned around and he ran back, because there, standing in the middle of the road with his arms out, shouting at the dogs, was Leo's dad. "Daddy!" Leo said, and he flung his arms around him. "Daddy," he said, "how did you know how to find me? I was lost. It was so difficult. There was this tunnel, this was wall." "Oh, Leo," Dad said, and patted his head affectionately. "Oh, Leo, I know all about it. You see, I was there looking after you all along. It was me who stopped you tripping over in the tunnel. It was me who steadied you so you didn't fall off the wall. And it was me who chased the dogs away. I've been looking after you all along." "Oh, Dad, thanks so much," said Leo. "No worries," said Dad, gave him a cuddle, and then they went home to have a hot chocolate. Delicious. Now, Spark Kids, today's message is called The Light Way, and this is talking all about how God is always looking after you. Just like Leo's dad was there at every moment, at every time when Leo needed him, God is always looking after you. Let me read you this from the Bible. This is written by a man named David who loved writing songs about God, and this is one of his most famous ones, but I won't sing it. It goes, "The Lord is my shepherd, I lack nothing. He makes me lie down in green pastures and leads me beside quiet waters. He refreshes my soul and guides me along the right paths for his name's sake. Even though I walk through the darkest valley, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me." That's one of the Psalms. Spark Kids, God is always looking after us. And this song, this text about God, is talking about him as a shepherd. When a shepherd is someone who is fully committed, whose whole entire life is about looking after his sheep. And God is saying that we, as the chosen people, as his bright lights, we are his sheep. And he is fully committed to looking after us. Now, if we're the sheep, does that mean we have to start eating grass?
Yummy.
Don't think I'd like to. Does it mean we have to start saying "bah" all the time? No, let's not. But it does mean that God is always looking after us. And in this psalm, David is talking about what it's like to live when God is always looking after us. And I love that there's loads of words that are really active and involved. It's not God like sitting up in heaven looking down on us, but he's in the story. He's making things happen. He's right there with you. It says that he makes you lie down. I might just have a little nap. No, maybe now's not the time for a nap, but God makes us lie down. God makes us have rest. God makes sure that we have rest from all the things, the brilliant things that he wants us to do, so that we have energy and we can come to him. It says that he leads me. He guides me forward. So this is about how often in life we're a bit confused about what we should do. Sometimes we're like, should I eat cake or should I eat biscuits? Now, God might not care about that, but there are so many big things in our lives that God does really care about, and he wants to guide us the right way so he can give us the best life possible as one of his bright lights. And it says he is always with us. You know, a shepherd would just live with the sheep all the time, and God is always with us. Now, God being with us doesn't necessarily mean that nothing bad will ever happen to us. You know, sometimes he might stop some things from happening, but sometimes we will go through something that's scary or sad or confusing. But the big difference for us as the bright lights, as God's chosen people, is that God is with us. He's someone we can trust. He's someone who will always be there for us. He's someone who understands how we're feeling and how things are affecting us, and he understands what's going on outside in the world as well. And that makes all the difference for our lives. And you know, Spark Kids, as bright lights, as we live knowing that God looks after us, that changes the way we live. That gives us more confidence. That means that we're not so knocked down when harder things happen to us. And people around us can see our faith, can see that we're being looked after, can see that we trust in God. And that helps us to be a bright light for Him. So God looks after us in so many ways. And Spark Kids, I don't know if there's maybe something that's a bit difficult for you at the moment, maybe something at school or something that you're worried about or scared about, but Spark Kids, God is with you and He's looking after you. He's not looking in another direction. He's not just looking and seeing what you're going to do. He's here helping you, and He wants to help you. He wants to be with you. And you can always talk to Him. You can always ask Him for His help. He's with you. Why don't we pray together right now? Dear God, thank You for looking after me. Thank You that You're always with me. Amen. Well done, Spark Kids. I'll see you next week.
Hey Spark Kids, it's Challenge Chris time. I've got an array of sweet looking things in front of me, so let's find out what the challenge is this week. Okay, make the most interesting hot chocolate. Okay, you have 2 minutes, your time starts now. Interesting hot chocolate. Here's the hot chocolate. Do you know what? I think that's cream. Not quite sure. What else we got? Oreo, Milky Bar. Oh, I love them. Nesquik strawberry flake. Well, that's got to go in, hasn't it? Hundreds and thousands. Right. Okay, it needs a base. It's all about the base. I don't like ginger nuts, so they cannot go in. I think. Oh. That's gone in better than I thought. Let's go for height. Do you know what? You've got to go for height when it comes to interesting hot chocolates. Some marshmallow base. Oh my gosh, actually this does look good. This really does look good. Oh, there's a spoon. Oh, there's chocolate sprinkles. Have I done this right? I think I have.
1 minute.
Oh my gosh, 1 minute. That's strawberry Nesquik, but I hate strawberry. Not going near that. Oh, sorry if you like it. Not for me, not for me. Oh, this is cream, right? Oh my gosh, look at that. Oh no, it's disappeared. Oh, I thought that was going to sit lovely on top. Oh no. Right, I've got to. Oh yes, look at that. That is fantastic. Let's give it some. It's like that moose antler from last week, if you remember. What else? Well, I don't really like hundreds of thousands. I've kind of gone more for what I would drink rather than interesting. So let's just. Oh my gosh! Oh no, the flake's gone. Oh no! I'm pretty happy with that. Why not?
10 seconds.
I'm really happy with that. Cheers, guys. Look at that. Look at that. That looks really, really good.
Drink it.
Did you say down it or drink it? Let's try and get a biscuit. Oh, that is not nice. That's a bit too much. Let's try and go for flake. Oh no, it's really disappearing in there. I think I'd be better than just eating the flake. texture. That was really nice. Definitely the most enjoyable challenge crisp for me, if I'm honest. Hope you have a good week, and I'm sure we'll see you soon. Bye.
Hey Spark Kids, welcome back to Craft. So this week we're going to be making some origami butterflies. How cool are they? And they flutter around just like a real butterfly. So what you're going to need for this is some pattern paper, some string and a bit of sellotape. So I'm going to have to try and remember how to do this. Okay, so first of all you get your piece of paper and you want to fold it in half so the straight edge is along the straight edge. And then we fold down into the center. So kind of make two triangles, so on both sides. And then, so you should have this like with two little flaps here. And then what you want to do is flip it over and do the same again on the other side. So fold it into the center, kind of a bit like a paper aeroplane. I'm sure you all know how to make a paper aeroplane. Right, so you should have something that looks like this now. And then what you need to do, again, is to flip it back over and open it out. So you've got the two sides kind of like that. And then what we want to do is take that very top bit and fold it all the way down to the bottom. And to give it a good push along that crease. Open it out again. And then this time, you take the tip again and you just fold it to halfway to where that crease line that you've just made, just fold it to there in the middle. A little bit fiddly. Right, and then what you do is you take this little bit that you've just folded and you fold it down and you tuck it in. There's a little flap here, so you tuck it in there and hopefully it should work. Oops. And that folds down. And then what you need to do is you need to just make sure that's pressed kind of flat. And then what we want to do is just make some small folds along that central line. So it's like the body of the butterfly. So just kind of fold your wings in a little bit and make that so that on both sides, so you've got kind of, like I say, the body. Ooh. And the last thing you want to do is just fold the wings ever so slightly, like along the middle, so you've got that flap of the wing. So you should have something that looks a bit like this. And then what you want to do is take your string, I've got a very long bit of string here, and just stick one end to the back of your butterfly so that it can float around and you can have it on the string. Just like that. I think the one I made earlier was a bit better. Enjoy making your butterflies.
Wow, that was really great, wasn't it, Sparky? It's really good to hear that God is always looking out for us. He's got everything planned out for us, even for you, Sparky. Don't you think that's great? What do you reckon he's going to do? Maybe, but it's going to be exciting to find out, isn't it? Well, Spark Kids, thanks so much for joining us. We look really forward to seeing you again soon and spending some time with you. And thank you so much that we get to share this with you. And yeah, see you soon. Bye.